Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 822. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper. Check it out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and I do invite you to click on that link on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page if you'd like to join me on camera to shoot the breeze, promote yourself, say hello, etc., etc. And by the way, if you plan in the future to come on Bull City Hangout and you're like, darn it, I don't use Facebook, let me know in advance and I could email you or message you DM you the link. So we can definitely do that. Hey, Dave is here. Thank God it's Friday, my YouTube friend. Yes, indeed. How you doing, Dave? Great to have you here. Absolutely. Nice to have you here. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is to start with the word page. In fact, let me move my keyboard out of the way. Okay, let's see. So this show is going to be a little shorter, and I do need to explain why I am on the air right now at 10:30 instead of noon. I have a noon meeting going on, actually right before noon. And I said yesterday that I would pre-record the show. And I'm pre-recording, that's fine. I mean, it gets the job done. But I like to say hi to people. Like Dave. Dave is here now. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if the show were pre-recorded. So I do like to be, friendly and all that. So that's why I'm here early, because I actually have to leave the house in 1 hour. And I thought I would do the show first. All righty. Let's go to the word page, which is, of course, a government and nonprofit information page. It's full of really great programs and services being offered by local nonprofits and also the city, county, and state. Go up and down the page, especially over the weekend, and maybe you have more time. And then you can see what programs you can sign up for. And if you're looking to volunteer, maybe you can find a place or two to volunteer at as well. All righty. Now, the Durham County Libraries, they're all open until 6. Bragtown closes, I'm used to saying 8 and Bragtown closes at 6. They all close at 6. Let me make sure, because I'm so used to saying that. It's almost like rote. Let me check myself here, make sure that I am correct, because you just never know. Sometimes you get used to saying something, and then you second guess yourself, and you're like, wait a minute, is that still true? Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Mhm. Yeah, of course. Of course they're all open until 6. Why did I doubt myself? But anyway, the libraries will reopen tomorrow at 9:30. And of course, Bragtown is not open on the weekend. All right, and don't forget to sign up if you want to help people learn how to read, learn how to use computers, or learn English by volunteering at the Durham Literacy Center. It's over there at 1905 Chapel Hill Road, not too far from the Scrap Exchange and Food Lion and the and Catholic Charities. So if you want to help, they have like adult literacy classes for people who are like, let's just say 18 plus, who maybe they didn't finish school. But anyway, they want to learn how to read and write better, or, start all over. Actually, I met a woman just a couple of weeks ago, and um, I think I think she was grandmother age. I think what she was doing was learning how to read because she wanted to help her grandkids, if I'm not mistaken, with their schoolwork. And so she realized that she really needed to start all over. Because maybe sometimes people are going through things, they can't concentrate when they're little kids. Sometimes there are problems that are undiagnosed. Like my brother found out almost too late that he was dyslexic. I'm saying almost too late because he had given up by then. He thought he was stupid. He was far from stupid. But sometimes these things happen. So anyway, if you want to help, you can definitely volunteer. If you need the help, definitely give them a call. Got the phone number right there, and you can sign up for one of these classes. So they use staff and volunteers to teach the classes, and as far as the students, they don't have to pay. So you're not losing anything. You're spending time, but you're not losing anything financially. They have English for speakers of other languages. They have a youth achievement program, and that helps out of school young people ages 16 to 24. Because as you know, you can quit school at age 16. It's not recommended, but sometimes, like I said, things happen and kids drop out. So they can get back on the good foot, so to speak, and they can get it's high pressure, but it's worth it. You get that GED, the high school equivalency instruction, so that they'll be able to go on. Sometimes people get the GED and then they go on to college. They realize that they can do it. Sometimes they're out for jobs. So and also training programs, that sort of thing. So anyway, if you need the help, if you want to help, definitely. Okay, and Dave is saying that's sweet. Absolutely. Okay, and again, you can help Spanish speakers to learn English. So, and it would help if you know a couple of words of Spanish, so that you can, help with that. They have computer classes. Anyway, check it out. It's a really great place, and I think the classes will probably, if they haven't started already, they're going to start really soon with fall approaching. Okay. Now, what you can do is to register your special event that you're going to hold during National Night Out for those of you who are members of community groups planning to do something during National Night Out. For us, it's October 7th. They moved it, I don't even know who, it was somebody in Durham moved it from August to October because usually it's very hot in August. That's usually our hottest, most humid month. So it's going to be October 7th. So put together, meet with your folks, put together an event, maybe a school supply drive, a food drive, a parade, block party. That's always fun. I love a good block party. So anyway, register with the police, Durham Police Department. The information's right there, so that you can be visited by the police during your event with their cool motorcycles and the flashing lights and going in formation, and all the kids love it. So also, they're going to have one more online meeting for vendors, so that you can get the most out of your National Night Out event. And of course, they kick it off. The police, they get to kick it off at 4 o'clock at their headquarters outside on October 7th. So if you want to be a vendor for that event, definitely contact the Durham Police Department. Malachi, I saw you yesterday. Malachi saying hi. Hey, Malachi. Happy to have you here watching Bull City Hangout. Yeah, I saw you yesterday at Lion Park. Yes, indeed. It was fun. All right. I think I am finished. Let me just give me a second just to scroll down and see if I'm done with it, because there's a lot happening on this page. Let me check. Wait a minute. Okay. Let me check. Ooh, there's something here that lost their funding. I need to. It's really sad. The National Caucus and Center on Black Aging, if the news that I got is correct, I think they lost their funding. They help older people find jobs, and I think they were cut. So I need to remove that from the word page, and that's really sad. They're doing great, great work. But anyway, um, let's see. I was actually going to check SCORE because Durham Tech, they usually don't have classes on Fridays. So let me just check SCORE, see if they have any workshops. They help people who want to be entrepreneurs with. They teach them all kinds of great things. They also have mentors. You can get a mentor. So let me see. Today's the 22nd. Nope. No classes until September 9th. Okay, plenty of time. So let's go to the health page. It's called To Your Health. So let me click on that. So what I'm checking right now, I'm trying to save time because I have to do a lot before I leave for my noon event. But what I'm going to do is to check for the blood drives. The American Red Cross, their next blood drive is Wednesday. Okay, Blood Connection, their next blood drive is tomorrow. Okay, they're going to be at Belk tomorrow at the Streets at South Point Mall, 6901 Fayetteville Road, and that will be from 4 until 6:30, and that will be tomorrow. So you can literally help save lives by donating blood. They would appreciate that. Also, I have expanded the post on the Health Equipment Loan Program, also known as the HELP program. So they're at 4206 North Roxborough Street, and this is where you can donate items. I'll tell you about that in a second, but basically, you donate these items, and then they disinfect and repair as necessary, and then they loan them out for 90 days at a time. That's 3 months of free usage of any of these items. It's really great for people that's out of the hospital, elderly people, people who just need the help. So, and I'm saying these items because I really expanded. You're if you usually watch Bull City Hangout, I usually say wheelchairs, tub transfer benches, and canes and walkers. Well, they have a lot more, which I didn't realize. I actually met somebody from the health program at a health fair. They gave me a flyer, and so I put everything that's listed on the flyer on this post, and I can't list everything right now, but I will tell you some of the items that weren't on the list before because I didn't know. Besides wheelchair, they have more than one type of wheelchair, which is cool. And there's something called a bariatric wheelchair. So that sounds really special. So if you know someone who needs something really special like that, they have them at the help program, which is great. They have all these different kinds of walkers, bariatric rollator. I need to look up what bariatric means. But also, they've got folding, adjustable walkers, the kind that, they don't have the wheels. They have all these different types I didn't know about. They have the different type, like the raised toilet seats, which is great when you're getting older. I actually have one where you put this riser on your toilet, then you put your toilet seat on top, so you don't have to uh, sink so low to use the restroom. Because when you're getting older, the legs get a little weaker, unless you're an athlete or something. So yeah, that's really really handy. I have to say, they also have shower chairs. They have the clamps that you can put on your bathtub. Because I remember getting one for my cousin. You can, like, if they're getting in and out the tub, then you can clamp on this. It's like a handle, so they can hold on to it as they get in and out of the tub. And it's really helpful because they say most accidents that happen in the home are in the bathroom. People falling in and out of the tub, etc. So if you have someone visiting you or someone who wants to try it out, someone elderly or disabled or whatever, and you want to try out any of these items, such as the bar for the toilet for the tub, yeah, get it from Help. Get it from Help. Then you'll know whether you want to purchase it or not later on down the road. They also have bed rails to keep people from falling out of the bed, which is really great. They have car assist, and I actually have one of these too. I don't need it yet, but I got one anyway. It's this hook thing. It's like this handle. Like, when you probably never even noticed this, but when you open your door, your car door, look at the frame of the car, and you'll notice there's like something like this, and it's just sitting there, and you probably never even noticed it. Now, if you have one of these items I'm talking about, it hooks right onto that, and it enables you, so you can put it, like, if you maybe you're taking your mom or dad to the doctor, right? And so you get out of the car and you run around to help them out, and you can put that hook in the frame of the door, and then they could hold on to it and lift themselves out of the car seat. It's really hard to get out of the car when you're really old because the cars sit so low. That's why some people, when they have elderly folks, if they have the money, sometimes that's why they get vans or cars that are higher up. What else do they have? They have dressing aids. They have dressing sticks, grabbers. That's the pickup stick thingies. The long shoe horns. I've seen those at Dollar Tree every now and then. They're like 3 feet long. so you can put your shoes on without bending all the way over, because some people can't do that anymore. They also have sock aids, and that's to help you put on your socks without, again, bending all over. They have ramps. I didn't know that. They have ramps, pull carts, tables, lap trays. So maybe they're sitting in bed and they can't, maybe they're depressed that day, or they just can't make it out of bed. You can maybe give them a little breakfast or a little treat, and use the lap tray. They have exercise pedals so they could keep their legs active as they sit. So they have a lot more than I thought. And they have even more than that. I'm just not going to mention everything. So they're open, and let me tell you what it's called: Health Equipment Loan Program, also known as HELP, 4206 North Roxborough Street. Now they're open 2 days a week: Tuesdays 10 to 2, Fridays 1 to 4, 1 to 5. So definitely stop by there, see what they have, make your donation if you have things lying around the house that you don't need. And one thing I didn't mention, let me see, do they take crutches? Wait a minute. Because a lot of people have crutches sitting around. Yeah, they do have, yeah, they need crutches too. They have adjustable crutches, adjustable canes, and the regular ones, and the forearm crutches. I remember seeing those when I was a kid in school, because my school was also the local school for kids with disabilities, and so there are some kind of crutches that clamp onto your arm, or at least you put your arm through it, and then yeah, as opposed to putting it under your arm. All righty. That's a lot for the health page. So there you go. Let me now click on the big blue button at the top of the page, see if there are any health events out there. Today's what, the 22nd? Let's see. Nothing today, but that's okay. Now we're going to go to the Senior Scope page to see what's happening at the Durham Center for Senior Life. 406 Rigsby Avenue, downtown. Free parking, free membership, all, all kind. Oh, wait a minute. So Dave is saying hooks to the latch for help with transfers. That's a great idea. Oh yeah, for the car thing. Yeah, a lot of people don't even notice that little frame thing. It's in the door, and I guess somebody invented a use for that by creating. One day, I have it in my car. One day, I'm going to retrieve it and show you that. It's really cool. It costs about $10. I think you get two for $10 if I'm not mistaken. But it's a handle, and it has it goes down like maybe a few inches, so it's like shaped like that, and you jam it in that hole, so to speak, and you can hold on to it and get out of the car with that. Yeah. Alrighty, let's go to the Senior Scope page. Durham Center for Senior Life. It is Friday, so let's see what's happening this afternoon. Well, it's not really hot out, but today is the last Freezy Friday, where you can actually, this is a perfect day for being outside, because basically during Freezy Fridays, they're inviting people to socialize and play lawn games. So today is definitely the day to do that. You can also enjoy a sweet frozen treat. It's never too cool for that. It's not really cool out, it's just not super hot. So that's going to be today at noon at the Durham Center for Senior Life. Also, today's Friday. That means it's Friday matinee day. So at 12:30, oops. Wait, let me tell my niece that I'm going to call her. Okay, wait. I'll call her later. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. I'll call you later, Jahan. Okay. So today's movie is The Upside. I have never heard of it. Do you know what that movie's about? Because that's a new one to me. I have never even heard of that one. Of course, I'm not the best movie person, so if you've heard of it, let me know if it's a comedy or whatever. But anyway, that's going to start at 12:30, and they give you free popcorn, which is nice. Now, let me see what else is happening this afternoon. Bingo size at 1. So it's bingo and it's exercise, which is nice. Also, Duke Connect Tech, which is getting help with your technology. Sometimes the kids or the grandkids or whoever, they give us old folks their old discarded phones or tablets or laptops or whatever. And sometimes they don't have the patience to teach how to use them. So you can take your gear over to the Durham Center for Senior Life today from 1:30 until 3 and get tips and be shown how to use these items so you can get more comfortable and get the most out of them. So that's today, and it's free. Everything's free at Durham Center for Senior Life, just about. There's one class that you have to pay for, but for the most part, all the classes and activities are free. Okay, let me check the special events. Let's see, 22nd. Hmm. Oh, I can tell you about this now. It's happening at noon, and because the show is on before noon, I can tell you right now that there's going to be a special workshop, Introduction to Chat GPT. That is artificial intelligence, AI. You've heard of it. You might not know what it's all about. You might not know how to use it, but you can go to the Durham Center for Senior Life, and from noon until 1 in the computer lab, Keith Glidewell will be leading the workshop. And also, there's going to be a hands on practice session. So you can try your hand at. Actually, I used usually I use ChatGPT for the art, like the graphic arts that I create for the graphics rather that I create for the my articles, my ads, and my flyers. But you can actually, I took the chance and I actually asked it some real questions after I realized that you could do so much more with it. And I think I asked for I forget what I asked about. I asked ChatGPT to put together a list of show ideas for TikToks and future live streaming shows. And it did so, and it did a wonderful job. Asked Chat GPT to base the ideas on my show, Bull City Hangout. And I knew because I have information about Bull City Hangout online that it would be able to find it. It did a wonderful job. Chat GPT is wonderful. You just have to be careful with it. Some people get personal with it and they ask for life advice. Don't do that. People have been led astray in the worst way. I'm not going to mention things like, let's just say you can get into real trouble with AI. Just use it as a tool of information and not life goals and life advice because it could be a very, very bad thing. You can definitely go off. Some people have literally gone off the rails. I don't use words like crazy lightly. Yeah, I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to, I'm just saying. And Dave said, agreed for sure. Yeah, whatever tool you're using, you want to use it right. Like you don't use a wrench to hammer in a nail, and you don't use a hammer to unscrew a light bulb. Use the tools for what they're supposed to be used for. And Malachi's saying we should have went out to eat yesterday. Well, I was working though, but maybe next week we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We will definitely see. Yeah, because I work at uh, and at noon I'm doing my show. I know we need to go out to lunch soon, but yesterday I did see you at Lion Park. But even though I was picking up some free food, but I was also doing work. I was also there to drop off information. So yeah. So sometimes you see me out and about, and I'm doing work and play at the same time. But we have each other's phone number, and we're going to call each other next week and get that straight because I know we didn't get to eat out last week. Hopefully, maybe we can next week. All righty. Let's see. I need to mention Little River Senior Center because if you're living in northern Durham County and you're older, 55 plus, you need a place to hang out. And downtown, some days I'm sure downtown seems like it's far away. So you can always go to 8305 North Roxborough Road in Bahama if you live, northern Durham County. and have fun there. Weekdays, 8-ish until 2-ish. There's activities just about every day. And because it used to be a school, take your basketball, head to the gym, and have fun to your heart's content. Oh, can you make sure I didn't leave out any? Oh, I was looking for special events. Yes, today, the Aging with Pride Social Club for senior members of the LGBTQ plus community. They meet during the Aging with Pride Social Club from 2:15 until 3:15 in the classroom. And that's where they meet and they share ideas, resources, and just have fun. All righty. Last page we're going to visit, and I'm not late. That's good. All righty. Going to the Let's Go calendar of events page. So let's see what's on that page for the 22nd of August. August went kind of quick, didn't it? Or is it just me? Okay, let's see. Friday. Okay. Oh, okay. If you want to be outside, Keep Durham Beautiful. They're hosting their invasive plant removal session. This one's going to be in Sherwood Park, 1720 Cheek Road. And I hope one day the city of Durham marks Cheek Road. When you're going down Gear Street, you just have to know where it is. I don't know why. It's the only street I've seen that I could think of right now that doesn't have a sign. I remember the first time I looked for Cheek Road, I just couldn't find it. But maybe you know what? Let me write that down. I'm gonna make a campaign to put a sign up for Cheek Road because that's an important street and it should have a sign. Because when you're coming from Midland Terrace, it's marked, but when you're coming from Gear Street, it's not marked. Anyway, Keep Durham Beautiful is having their invasive plant removal session in Sherwood Park, 1720 Cheek Road. Use your GPS; it'll tell you. And that'll be from 3 until 5. So this is for volunteers, at least age 12 plus. So you can remove, you're asked to remove harmful plants so the residents of the neighborhood can get the full use of the park. Tools and gloves will be provided. Be sure to bring bottled water so you can stay hydrated. Of course, wear long sleeves, long pants, because you never know. You do not want to accidentally touch poison ivy. Um, Also, if you have your own pruners and saws, sound like they're going to be doing some serious plant removal, feel free to bring them. And also, I would suggest that you put your name on your tools with a Sharpie, or maybe get some painter's tape, wrap it around the handle, and write your name on that. Just in case you end up dropping it, and then other people have the same tools lying around as well. Also, if you have your own gloves, yeah. Let me show you. Wait, I'll be right. I'll be right back and show you something real quick. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm back. Check this out. This is a work glove. This is what, unfortunately, I have poison ivy on my property. They make gloves. Look at this. It goes all the way up to my elbow. Check this. Definitely. And David saying, show and tell. Remember show and tell? Oh my God, that was so cool. I used to love show and tell in school when you were a little kid. But yeah, this is great for if you're getting deadly serious in your garden, or if you have a terrible cleanup that you have to do. Yeah, they make. I got this from Amazon. I can't remember how much it cost. It didn't cost much at all. But yeah, this goes all the way up to my elbow. So you might want to get some of these if you plan to do some serious invasive plant removal. I'm just saying. Okay, let me continue. Let's see. Also happening today. Now that's going to be from 3 until 5. Now this is out of place. This should have been listed. before the invasive plant removal. But I do need to point out that the Glass Jug Beer Lab, they're going to have their Friday co-working and networking social. That's going to be from noon until 5. This is where freelancers, entrepreneurs, and remote workers, they're invited to spend the last hours of their work week at the Glass Jug, the one downtown, 545 Foster Street. So basically, if you're always by yourself. Sometimes people, they're always at home working and they get lonely. And so, what you can do, bring your laptop, whatever the work is that you do that work from noon until 4 at the Glass Jug. And then from 4 until 5, you get to meet your new coworkers, make some new friends, and have a beverage or whatever. And that should be really nice. A great way to get rid of some of that isolation that sometimes freelancers, entrepreneurs, and remote workers suffer from day to day. Now, let's see. Boxyard RTP, the outdoor venue at 900 Park Offices Drive off of Highway 54. They're going to be featuring pop and rock singer, songwriter. Oh, I forgot to ask how to pronounce this. I'm going to say Ravary, Ravary. This is during the next Friday Night Live concert series. That's going to be from 5:30 until 7:30 tonight. It's free admission, great music. You're sitting outdoors. You may be with your laptop or reading a book or just relaxing. Totally free. There's food and beverages there for you to purchase if you get hungry or thirsty. So it can be a really relaxing night. Tonight, 5:30 until 7:30, enjoying the music of Ravary, Ravary. And I couldn't figure out how to, no, I typed it in, I couldn't figure out how to pronounce that, the name there. But hopefully, the next time, maybe I'll actually call the artist or write to the artist and ask, how do you pronounce your name? So I can do that. Okay. Let's see. Line dancing with Jitterbug at the Edison Johnson Recreation Center. And that's where for $4 you can learn how to line dance and 3 for seniors. Edison Johnson is at 500 West Murray Avenue. No relation. Now there's going to be a grand opening of a great exhibit. The Museum of Durham History, which is downtown, 500 West Main Street. Tonight from 6 until 8, they're going to have a very special grand opening. This their newest exhibit, Booker T. Spicely, Citizen, Soldier, Martyr, Hero. So basically, Mr. Spicely was a black World War II veteran, soldier. So he came back to America, was I think he was stationed in what's it called? Camp Butner, I think they called it. I think it changed its name. But anyway, Camp Butner, I think it's called. And he was visiting Durham and he got on the bus and the white bus driver ordered him to go to the back of the bus. Back in the day, Jim Crow, segregation, all of that. For you younger folks who don't know, black people were forced to sit in the back of the bus. So he obeyed the bus driver, but he let the bus driver know that he didn't appreciate that because he was fighting for democracy in a foreign country. Because he had, I think he probably had on his soldier garb. But anyway, the bus driver went back there and shot him dead. I'm right there on the bus, and he didn't pay for that crime. Um, Crazy and just absolutely crazy. So anyway, the museum's exhibit doesn't just talk about that event, which is horrible in itself, but they put it in context to what was happening around the country and especially in the South, just so that we can get sort of an understanding of American history. And I really I recommend people who weren't born in this country to visit that exhibit and to learn some history, because sometimes people don't understand what the racial animosity sometimes that exists. They just think it's because I don't know what they think. Well, Some of them have told me what they think. But anyway, they could learn some of the history. And I think a lot of us need to learn the history too. When I say us, I mean people born in this country of all races. So it should be a really interesting exhibit. And the grand opening, again, is going to be from 6 until 8. And apparently, there is a Booker T. Spice Lee, like a foundation, and so you can meet the members and talk with them and just learn even more. So I'm going to try to make that because it sounds really really it sounds really sad, but it's American history. What are you going to do now? If you want to skate that off, you can, after seeing the exhibit, you can run over to Wheels Durham and work off some of that. Maybe have some animosity or some. You just need to work off some of that tension. At 715 North Hoover Road, they're going to have family night skate from 6 until 8:30, and admission for skaters is 8, so they've lowered the price for family night. So that again is going to be from 6 until 8:30 at 715 North Hoover Road. There are certain rules you have to follow. They have a clear bag policy. Read about that by going to the Let's Go page at durhamskywriter.com. And then later they're going to have another event, but let me go in order here. Tobacco Road Tours. They're going to have the Durham Dark and Mysterious Ghost Tour. I guess ghosts have been spotted in downtown Durham, and they're going to show you where. So it might be a little intense for younger people. They don't want anyone there younger than 8. So they're going to walk around. It's like a tour of a mile and a half. So you can, it might get a little intense. Everybody meets over there at Major the Bull in CCB Plaza. Tickets are 20, 16 for young people ages 8 to 14. The Triangle Country Dancers, they're going to host the fourth Friday Contra Dance at Reality Ministries, 916 Lamond Avenue, and that's from 7:30 until 11. So we'll be out kind of late. Jared Kirkpatrick will be playing the keyboard, and Kristen Blanton Mack will be playing fiddle and banjo, while Linda Cooper calls out the steps. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Contra Dance, I haven't seen it, but it sounds like square dancing. I don't know if that's correct, but when I was a little kid, and I shouldn't say little kid, in middle school, part of gym class was learning square dancing with the do-si-do and swing your partner and all that kind of stuff. This sounds like, and if I'm wrong, please correct me because I haven't seen Contra Dance, but it sounds like it might be square dancing. Let me know. Put it in the comments below. Okay. Now back to Wheels Durham. Oh, wait. I'm not finished. It's not free. It's not free. So when you attend, you can choose to pay anything between $10 and $30, cash or credit. And they're not trying to really make money. They're really just trying to cover their costs. They probably have to rent the space, and they probably have to pay the musicians and the caller also. So they're just trying to make their money back. So if you could help out, I know they'd appreciate that, and you'll have a good time. Now, back to Wheels Durham. They're going to have Friday night adult night skate, and that's for people ages 18 plus. So that's going to be at Wheels Durham, again, 715 North Hoover Road. That will be from 9 until midnight. So we're talking about late night skating. That should be really fun. So admission for skaters is 13. Of course, they want the older people to pay more. I understand that. You can rent skates at any event at Wheels Durham. You can always rent skates, and you can also rent rollerblades if you want to be fancy. The clear bag policy is in effect. And Dave is, oh shoot, I don't know what he's saying same about, but oh shoot, I didn't see this in time, Dave. Sorry, but I agree. How about that? Okay. So that's going to be from 9 until midnight. And the last event that I have for tonight, now this is going to be really late. The Congress Social Bar at 471 South Driver Street, over there by Pettigrew, the railroad tracks. They're hosting Disco Afrique, and that's from 9:30 until 3 in the morning. That's for people who really want to hang. So this is going to be a 1970s West African style late night event. And I heard that they used to really party in Nigeria for real. That's when King Sunny Ade and what was that called? Um, King Sunny Ade, High Life. I forget. But anyway, and Fela, I mean, oh boy. So I know they're going to have a serious good time at the Congress Social Bar. So they're going to have this late night event from 9:30 until 3, featuring Afrobeat, house, Alte. I had to look up Alte. Alte, I checked it out. It's really hip. It's like West African plus funk plus soul plus hip hop plus reggae. It's nice. Anyway, they're also going to have funk, hip hop, and disco by Damola and also Black as the Cosmos. They're going to have West African street food by Francois Suya. They're going to have a film photo booth by Kennedy Carter, and Kennedy Carter will be there until 1. I guess they have to go to bed early. So you can click on the link for early bird tickets where you'll pay $7.77, or you can just pay $10 at the door. That sounds like a fun night. I don't think I've ever been to an event where I was out to 3 in the morning, but if you really know how to party, that's going to be your event right there. Now, tomorrow morning, the Durham Farmers Market in Durham Central Park, 501 Foster Street, from 8 until noon. And then the South Durham Farmers Market from 8 until noon at Hub RTP 500 Park Offices Drive off of Highway 54. At both places, if you use Snap EBT, you can double your money up to $10. Also, don't shop before stopping off at the manager's table first. You can get those coins. They're like wooden coins that you can spend with the vendors. Also, if you have a what do you call it, the senior vouchers or WIC. You can also get some free tokens. Stop off at the manager's table for information on that. Also, the Durham Craft Market, they share Durham Central Park with the Durham Farmers Market. So that should be really nice. Also, feel free to air out your children or grandchildren because there's a playground across the street. They can have lots and lots of fun. They can run back and forth across the bridge, the little creek. Also, the traffic is shut down on Foster Street so they can safely run across the street. Park for free by going just west to Morris Street, Measurement Incorporated parking lot. Park there for free. All right. Now, Keep Durham Beautiful, they're going to have that invasive plant removal session, another session in Sherwood Park again, 1720 Cheek Road, and that will be tomorrow from 9 until 11. And I get more information on the Let's Go page. And let's see what else. Wheels Durham, they're going to have kids bob skate for the little ones. That should be really cute. So this is for kids. Let's see. So this is from 11 until 1:30. And let's see, admission is 13, and of course you can always rent skates. And I think that's pretty much it. There's a lot happening tomorrow, but I'll be doing a show tomorrow. Let me check my schedule. Am I doing a show tomorrow? Wait a minute. Uh, I might be doing my show live tomorrow at 10. Usually I do, but we'll see because something's happening tomorrow that I might be DJing at. Not sure. I'll find out soon. So that is it for all of these activities. So let's check with the weather real quick. Let's do that. All righty. It is. It's cool out. Let me click on Durham. Wait a minute. My app is acting up. It's only 75 right now? Ooh, fall might be a little closer than I thought. It's 75. It says it is cloudy, but the sun just came out. This always happens. Anyway, it's cloudy out, and it looks like it's going to be cloudy all day. and with a high of 81. How about that? That's not really hot, but still, it's beautiful and it's perfect. Now, I don't see any chance of rain. Okay, tomorrow the high will be 81 again, and it'll be cloudy all day tomorrow. Sunday, the high will be 84 with a 35% chance of rain. Looking ahead to next week, Monday 84, Tuesday 79, Wednesday 77, Thursday 78, Friday 80. Mostly sunny and partly sunny. No rain at all next week at all. So I guess that hurricane has already been forgotten, except on the Outer Banks. I think they went through some challenges with Hurricane. What was the hurricane's name? Aaron, I believe. Anyway, I think that is it for today's show. Oh, it's time for me to leave. So I'm going to my noontime event, which is why I'm doing the show early. I hope you have a beautiful afternoon. Get outside because the weather is great. And thank you, Dave. Dave is saying have a great weekend. You too. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Fist bump as always. Thank you as always. Thank you, Dave. I really appreciate you. I love it when you drop in. And with that, folks, like Dave, have a beautiful day, beautiful weekend. If you missed the show tomorrow, that's fine. Um, the show will be at 10 tomorrow, usually on Saturdays. I stick to the Let's Go page to keep the show shorter on Saturday because I know Saturday people are they're raring to go. They're raring to go. They don't want to sit and watch a half hour of me talking about this and that. So anyway, tomorrow at 10, have a beautiful show. Have a beautiful show. Wow. Have a beautiful afternoon, beautiful weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow, ciao for now.